So it's 2026. Last year ended in such a mess. I think I made some really good stuff and I destroyed some really good stuff. So this year's, at least the January plan or the general plan before I actually have events to sew for, is to try and fix some of the things that I destroyed. One of the things that I destroyed that I'm very, 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 very sad about is the wings. I have to sew the edge again. You know, it won't be as good as it was the first time. Yeah, because I put this in the sewing machine. This went through the sewing machine fine, but the edge didn't. So it was such a good wing. Yeah. So I'm fixing a lot of things this year. At least that's the plan now. That I'm gonna fix most of the things that I've made and destroyed. And that includes the corset vest thing. So that will be the first thing. At least. I'll see how many I can do in this video. But my plan is the corset vest. It was the one in the video that I made 2 years ago. I made it to be reversible and then end up it wasn't reversible. That one, I'm making both. I'm making both the patterned one and the solid brown one. And then if the video is short, I'm gonna remake this yellow sunflower top, which I just remade last year. So I'm not happy with it anymore, and I'm gonna remake it again with the same fabric. So I'm gonna reuse this fabric to make another version of this. Oh, okay, so this vest that I'm supposed to make for myself, I keep remaking them because I don't like them enough. Like there's some mistake. So this is the first one. I wanted to make it reversible. This is a video, and the shape is not right, and end up it wasn't reversible, and I chose the pattern side to be showing at that time. But really, I wanted the brown one first, so the next two I made is brown. This is a prototype for the Ren Fair fit, and you can see I've adjusted it and stuff. So it's so pretty. I mean, I choose the prettiest fabrics, and I'm not that satisfied, so I'm selling this also. Yeah, probably cheaper because there's a lot of wonky fit things that I've done to it. And then this is the most recent one, which I thought I was gonna make finally for myself and not to sell. But it's a bit short, and I'm also still not satisfied. I mean, this is the best so far, so my intentions of this video is to make another one. So I have my pattern, self-drafted, so I don't know. I think it would be so much easier for people if they actually just buy a pattern. It would have been so much easier for me if I just bought a pattern, but I'm stubborn, and I make my own patterns and made so many mock-ups that I don't like with the actual fabric that I want it to be. And okay, just I don't know, why am I making this video? Sure, something like that. Here, my pattern. I've cut the brown fabric. I realized any option for lining has not been pre-washed, so this project will pause. Just kidding. I think I'll cut the unicorn fabric since it's not gonna be reversible anymore, so I'm gonna slightly change up the design for this one so it's not boring. Apologize for not filming the cutting, but this is the difference, going to be the difference for the two corset vest thing. Dirndl, I call it a dirndl here. This one's gonna be normal straps, the one I've been making over and over again. And this one, I want to make, you know, those tied-on strap kind of vibe. Like a stay kind of vibe. Yeah, so, oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay, my intention was to have it closed at the front here. I didn't think about that. Maybe not. I cut my fabrics already. Shit. Looks like I rushed into my projects again. Most of the time I just procrastinate until I feel guilty about procrastinating, and then I rush myself into it. So yeah, that's what happened here. My plan was for the fairy one to be a closed at the front. But now that I've cut the fabric with the gap, I think I'm just gonna make what's that thing called? Those modesty panels to cover the front up. So it'd be still laced at the front but covered with modesty panel. I am finally starting. Then the very, very, very first step is to flatline my pieces so that they don't shift around. Even after cutting, they shift around a bit. So flatlining is a good practice to do. Just big, wide running stitches. It doesn't have to be good. So you flatline almost everything except for the front piece. Because the reason I don't want to flatline the front piece is because I'm gonna sew the front edge right side to right side. Then I can flatline afterwards. But before I can do that, actually there's another thing that I regret skipping for the previous vest that I made, is that I need to make some piping to clean the front edge right here. Because if not, the lining might show. So if I do the piping, it would look a lot neater. Piping, you need bias binding. So I have these two versions that I'm gonna use. And then you also need some kind of cording or yarn. I chose this one because it's the thickest I have. So yeah, I want a thick piping. All you need to do is to sandwich the yarn in between the piping and do a little stay stitch for now. And then it's prepared. Little sausages. Okay, so the main fabric, and that's the front panel. Then I'm piping. And then the lining sandwiched. So along there. I'm not gonna sew with a sewing machine because I want to have a feeling of where the yarn is, and so as close to the yarn as possible. So yeah. Done for the other one as well. I sewed the back and the side back. I added some bias binding over the seam allowance, and I attached the extension of the straps. Yes. Day 3 progress. I added the next panel with zips. Yay. And then the other panel also. And that's all I'm gonna do because I only did this after work. And because it's all hand sewn, so I also did the zip for the other corset thing. Yay. I just realized that if I want to machine sew things, I have to change thread for this. So in the end, anything that needs machine stitching, which is just seaming everything, I have to do all the brown stuff first. Then I can switch. So it's so strange that even when I wanted to take it slow and do it as perfect as possible, the inside still looks so weird. Like, that is the seam allowance folded, that is a binding covering the seam allowance, and that is, whipped on the lining. It's such a mess. And the next step would be sewing boning channels at the front for the, yeah. It's better than if I hand sewn. Because it's for me, the holes are hand sewn eyelets. Yay. Because I prefer it hand sewn. For the bias binding one, I have some quite thick, I think it's boning. Yeah, this thick boning thing. And then for the thinner ones, I don't think I'm gonna do this one because it's under the armpit and it's gonna be uncomfortable. So maybe I'll do this one and this 1, 2, 3. I'll do zip ties. Trying it on while I still have the Renfair set up outside. The main goal here is to fit the straps to myself, so it's perfectly fitted to me. So I've applied wood beads as stopper, so it doesn't, the lacing will never come off. And that's why I need the zip. So that I can wear this, but I don't have to lace it up all the time. Yeah, now I just have to attach the straps where I've pinned them. Then I can bind the red edge of the rest of the raw edges, and then I'm done with this corset. I'm so close to finishing it today. I just left one armhole to bind. Bind it tomorrow. I've missed the cutting once again. I've cut even the seam allowance. The front is lower than the back. That's something happened, but I think I'm fine with that. I just realized the pattern is too close together. Man, the repeating is very obvious. Oh well. Is it me or the inside looks prettier? Oh no. I'm so proud of this because I found another stick. I helped my brother find a stick on the side of the road. It's a pretty straight and nice looking stick. I found it, taking credit. Master stick finder. Yeah, he's gonna use it for fisherman course, I think. Yeah, I'll explain it with pictures. Now that all the pieces are sewn together, it's time to bind all the raw edges. I chose to hand sew this because it's a lot of curves. I've bind the top. But actually, initially, I wanted to do something fancy at the bottom, like something different. But I'm limited by my earlier decisions because I've done piping here and I've cut the piping off. So I have no other option but to bind it so it looks complete like this. Yeah. I wanted to extend maybe a skirt, maybe something else, but too late. I've applied green ribbon because, I mean, it is this shade of green, so it matches, but I feel like there's too much contrast. Maybe I should just go for brown. Yeah, brown is more harmonious. It feels more at home. So yeah, I didn't make the panels yet because I was too busy packing for Renfair. Renfair is coming up in 2 days' time. Tomorrow I work, so I can't do much. I finished all the small little details and packing. It's now in a trolley and one big thing. I thought I was quite smart. I zip tied it to a wheel thing, so I'm gonna wheel this around until I get to the location. I don't even know if I can take a taxi. I wanted to add like frills maybe to this corset so it looks different from the previous one, the brown one. But I've purchased some trim, so I think little tassel trims along the edge of this. Yes, I already bought the trim, so maybe I'll do that. I have a stick update. My brother has made it. Fishing rod. Fishing rod. Yeah, and his idea of a fish is some pack of fish from 7-Eleven. Just kidding. I was looking for this. I found it. I've got the trim, but it's a bit thick. So my plan is to cut out the tassels and thread it through the bias binding. So I am unpicking my stitches for the bias binding, so I can do that. Hand stitches is so much easier to unpick. So this is how it looks like for now with the tassels. Yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here because I need to do a recap video for Ren Fair because I did make a vlog, but I made a lot of reels. I can't do 2 social media content at once. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. If I take pictures, I won't take video. If I take reels, I won't take video. If I take video, I won't do any of those. Which one's more important? Yeah. So this is the end of this. I also wore this on the 3rd day of Ren Fair, which is not the 3rd day of Ren Fair. It was just work and dance social afterwards. I took some picture because I wore the shirt I got for Ren Fair. So yes, I wore this once before I added the tassel, and then I'm wearing this now with the tassels. That's how it looks like. I still haven't done the panel. I think I'll do it when I feel like an outfit needs it, maybe. And then I wanted to do the sunflower top, the off-the-shoulder sunflower top, but I currently have a very, very bad suntan. So yeah, a very bad tan line. I don't know. When would I ever take a picture of that to show you? Is maybe when I'm gonna do the sunflower top, because I do not know how to even out my tan by not showing my skin. Because that's how all my past tans last forever, because I don't show skin very often. Yeah, so yeah, I'm ending the video here. This is the corset. It's still not a real corset. I'm Dirndl. Because yeah, I have no skills. Like that.